Um, where do you think you belong to now? And if not, where would you like to belong to?
I would like to answer that.
So,
I think belonging is a strong word, man. You know, I don't feel I belong anywhere. I mean, I like being in certain places, you know, but I don't know if those places own me, or if I own them, you know, because life is so, I don't know, transient, you know. Things are constantly evolving and changing, so the sense of belonging is too much of a strong word for me. I don't think I belong anywhere. I mean, I love Trinidad, I love London, I love Europe, I love the States, I love a lot of places, you know. So, and I feel comfortable in each of these spaces. So for me, at least, I don't feel like belonging is too strong a word. I don't know what the alternative would be. Places that you feel comfortable. I think, for me, I've always taught that home is wherever you want to be, you know. I've always used that as my philosophy. Home is wherever you want to be. Wherever you really want to be, that's your home, you know. I don't attach home to this concept of, you know, where you were born and where you were raised. No, it's where you want to be. That's your home. That's where you feel. That's where you're home, you know. I know I'm kind of moving away, so I'll let kind of go through that.
Not that we're doing this in a line.
Yeah, belonging. The places I feel like I belong to are the places where I can go without saying in a kind of way. Like when I went to South Africa, it's a very segregated place racially, but at the same time there was a sense in which I could walk down the street and disappear. That doesn't happen everywhere in this country. Like if I go to Grimsby, it's not that. I went to Lincolnshire, and like I was the blackest person for like a long distance. And I just asked this guy some directions, but because I was different, it was just like, what am I supposed to do here? Like a normal thing is happening, but this isn't normal. You're being here. So I don't know how to respond to this situation. So he just said nothing and carried on walking. And speaking. It was weird. So anywhere where I can stop someone, ask for directions, and they'll just tell me in whatever language and feel comfortable with that is where I belong.
Yeah, like I've definitely been asking myself that question because I realised that there is basically no country on earth, unless someone has an idea, where I'd fit in both racially. I'd be part of a racial minority, but also I could still be queer and out and not have too many problems there. I suppose South Africa might be one, like you know what I mean? There's
Cape Town kinda, but it's messed up.
Exactly, it's still really, really messed up. I can't think of a place on earth where I could do that really. So I guess I belong in London and New York, places where I suppose you make small compromises, but ultimately, you know, it's better than maybe the alternatives. But that's a very literal answer.
I was thinking of a very non-literal answer,
Yes.
and I was thinking about the feeling of belonging as being something you don't really notice until it's gone, rather than like what you were saying about poems, about relationships, you write them when you break up. And so if you actually belong in your family or belong in your city, you almost can take it for granted, like a creature that's swimming in its element. And then you start to question, at least I start to question where I belong when something goes very wrong. But then there's the other curious thing, in that belonging is tied up for me with time. So there's a very fashionable way to be a writer, which is to migrate a lot. And there's nothing really wrong with it. But sometimes you wonder whether it's the same sort of literature with a something flavor, which is being produced for a particular kind of international market. And then when there's a different sort of literature and a different belonging that happens, if you can actually dig the same piece of garden every day for 5 years, or if you know what I mean, this happened to me with a friend in Norfolk, that he was buying feed for his chickens from the man who'd had a shop since the 1950s. And basically he had a picture of himself when the shop was new up on the wall, and he looked entirely unlike how he did now, because there's peculiar chicken-driven continuity to the whole place. that sort of durational belonging, wouldn't the literature from that have some qualitative difference? But there's another